There we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Alexander, obviously. So, at the gym, waiting for my little nootropic performance combination to kick in. You guys got, 15 minutes, whatever questions you like. Are you taking any prescription medications? No, I do not take any prescription medications. Yeah, this is open, this is fitness AMA, people, so keep it health, fitness, nutrition, general health focused. I don't want to get too sidetracked on this one. Can I build thick abs? Yes, you can build thick abs if you do not naturally have thick abs. Some people do. If you don't, you have to train your abs directly with resistance. Body weight movements usually are not going to cut it. You're going to need to add some weight. That's a good question. What else you got, people? Opinions on glutamine doesn't work. Work in regards to what? Glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in the body. It's unlikely you have deficiency in it. Very, very unlikely. If you want to supplement with it, that's a very old school nutrition tactic, but it doesn't really prove itself out in the real world. What's your opinion on jerky as a source of nutrition for a snack? If you like jerky, it's protein, obviously. It's protein. Duh. I'm not partial to jerky. I'm not partial to jerky because it tends to be made with a lot of nitrates, which for myself, they tend to cause a reaction. It doesn't digest well because there's almost no fat in it. It's a very dry protein source. But in a pinch, it can work, so I certainly wouldn't make it a primary protein source, though. More of a, like you said, snack. Person with ulcerative colitis can gain weight and muscle. That's definitely, if you have ulcerative colitis, you really, really need to optimize your nutrition. You have no margin of error. You have to make sure that what you're eating is not going to negatively affect you. Maybe experimenting with keto might be beneficial. Maybe. I'm not going to make promises on that, but that might be worth exploring. Regular versus reverse curls. That's basic. That's a basic bro fucking question, my man. Reverse curls, they work your forearms more. Palms up curls, work your bicep more. You can Google that. Depending upon which ankle you work a muscle, depending upon which angle you work a muscle, the muscle will be worked differently. I think that's pretty remedial. I don't know if it's a question of advantages, disadvantages. It's simply because, this is this kind of curl, there's that kind of curl. The soya spear got butthurt by, fuck bacon, fuck it, it's low quality meat. Curious about muscle memory, example we're getting, Matt. You don't have muscle memory. What you have is when you gain muscle mass, you change your genetics, and then when you stop training, your muscle mass, it declines. You lose some of the mass, but you still have that genetic memory within your cells that you were muscular at one time, so to speak. So you can regain it back. There's deeper science to it than that. I'm making it very simplistic, but that is essentially what happens. When you get muscular, you rewrite your DNA. Think of it that way. Get rid of diet, exercise, lift weights, basic stuff, patience. Any experience torn ACLs? Yeah, a lot. I've torn my ACL myself. Context, application, how bad was the injury? I'd have to assess you in person to make recommendations on that. Jump bar deadlifts versus overhand. They're two different movements. Jump bar deadlifts are more akin to a squat where you're holding onto the weight. It's not quite a deadlift pattern. You can kind of make a deadlift pattern, but jump bar deadlifts and straight bar deadlifts, they don't transfer over to each other. You can be really strong on the trap bar and then go to do the straight bar. Your strength levels are not going to be the same. The body is leveraged differently with the two of them. So, does that make it worse? No, it doesn't make it worse. It's just a different movement. How many pounds of fat, 6-day program before Achilles. I would do the 60-day fat loss program. If you just want to drop body fat, and the 60-day program, it's specifically for dropping body fat. I don't make the promise in that program that you're going to get jacked and huge. It's for somebody where, you know what, I need to lose fat, I need to diet, I just need to get my weight down. Follow that program. It works. It's worked really well for people. Extremely well. I think the best results, one guy, he lost over 30 pounds following it, so. Now I'm chewing nicotine gum. You ever consider to have TRT? Well, my test levels are over 1,000, so I don't need TRT. If they ever get low enough to warrant it, absolutely, I'd start injecting myself. Does the trap bar still give good benefits to the lumbar region? It does, but that's the thing. The trap bar, it's way less shear force on the spine. If you want to strengthen your lumbar spine, you need to train that directly. Trap bar doesn't really do that. That's not to say that it's not going to work the back muscles. It will, but strengthening the erector spinae, strengthening the lumbar especially, that area you have to target. You have to target it. I'm a very big proponent of doing direct lower back work, meaning you do exercises just for your lower back. You do that, you'll have a bulletproof back. You'll be almost unkillable. But you have to train that. Protein powder bars versus real food. Well, there's no question there. Whole food is way more nutritious for you, but protein powders and bars, they're convenient and they work, so false dichotomy. The majority, 80-90% of what you eat should be whole food. Yeah, protein powders because they're convenient. Nietzsche or Jung, false comparison. You don't compare it, philosophers. Best lower back exercise? Best? Probably something like a back extension, a weighted back extension, or a banded back extension, something that will work the lumbar spine directly. I would say that a variation of that is going to be the best. And flavored protein powder, why would you want unflavored? It's not going to taste good. A big proponent of low carb, just like Dennis. I am definitely a proponent of low carb and that it works very, very well for most people. And I would take a position that most Americans today, most people living in the West, or just people overall, a low carb diet would likely be the most advantageous for the health. It fixes a lot of things in regards to biomarkers and just overall metabolism, so you can't really go wrong. Yeah, again, with that said, there are situations where low carb diets are not appropriate and they don't work for everybody, but it does work for a lot of people, and very significantly too. Yeah, the degree to which, I'm always amazed at how many people they follow low carb diet and it completely changes their whole life. I read cutting out carbs can turn our protein to sugar. I think what you might be referring to is that if you eat really low carbs, then your protein intake will get metabolized into glucose, but that's there's a lot of diet. There's a lot of biochemistry nuance to that. It doesn't mean that protein's turning to sugar. It means it's being used as a fuel source. So I'm not sure if that's a contextual misunderstanding of what you're reading. I wouldn't use it in those terms because that's going to confuse people. It turns to sugar. No, it doesn't turn to sugar. It gets used as a fuel source. That's very, very different from consuming sugar. Extremely different. Deep nutrition. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, deep nutrition. I lost 55 pounds of low carb diet and I've kept it off for 4 years now. Yeah, that's not uncommon. The people that I have seen that have successfully lost body fat and kept it off, 90% of them follow a low carb diet, especially if they're people that were very overweight before. It's that dramatic for metabolism. It is. It just is. That's why I recommend it. What else you got, people? Best way to avoid minimized muscle loss? Well, I mean, if you follow the program, you're eating a shitload of protein. So that's why the protein intake is so high. So long as your protein intake is sufficient, you're not going to lose muscle. Elbow hurts every time I do French press tricep extension was a good alternative to that. Probably modifying how you're doing it, honestly. There's a lot of different ways to do for the French press movement and the skull crusher exercises, Tiger. Those can be done a lot of different ways. So oftentimes it's finding the proper angle to do them on. The conventional way is just to lie flat on the bench. I like to do them on like a slight to intermediate incline angle. It's also hand placement too as well. It's also just the weight you use. If you're doing higher up sets on those, that could be a case where you don't go less than 10 reps. Thoughts on Bulgarian split squats? It's a phenomenal exercise and it works. What else is there to say? It's a tremendous movement. I've recommended it many, many, many times in the past. Do you fast every single day, or just some days you want to detox, lose weight? I fast pretty much every day. There are those days when I don't, but it's the majority of the time. Do you have clients who want to gain body fat? No. More info on your Foundations Bundle program. The Foundations program is basically a massive treatise on everything that you... The Foundations program is exactly that. It's foundational. It covers all the fundamentals of muscle growth. It covers the exercises that you need to do. It covers how gravity works. It covers how the body works. It covers the essential movements. It covers strength standards. And has something like 12 different programs in it. It's very comprehensive. There's no way you could follow... There's no way you could read all that and follow it and not have it work for yourself. Has all the first order stuff that you need to know. You know, the programs I write, for those of you guys who've done them, you know they're very, very comprehensive. It's not just a workout routine. It's all the knowledge that nobody wants to actually take the time to acquire. I don't write training routines. I can write a workout routine in a minute. It's not hard to do. Doesn't mean you learned anything. Thoughts on Nature Made? I have no idea what the fuck those are. I assume that's a brand. It's a brand. Google it. Look it up. I don't follow brands that way. I have brands that I recommend, but you know, trying to keep track of every single supplement company in existence, waste of fucking time. 68 programs from great so far. Good. I'm glad you're doing it, my man. Just keep at it. Get outside and live. I already went for my daily walk today. I'll probably go walk on the beach one more time at sunset, and then I think I'll have Korean barbecue tonight. Yeah, I will do that. Sounds good. Oh, I should do that with her on Thursday. And I'll do that tomorrow night, too. You got 3 minutes left, people. What else? Thoughts on yoga? Yoga is fucking phenomenal. I'm actually starting yoga very soon with a very good friend of mine. Mayo replacement ideas for like tuna. I use avocado mayo. I don't use regular mayonnaise because it's got canola / vegetable oil in it. Avocado mayo is more expensive, but I consider it worth it, and it tastes fucking amazing. So, Roman Reigns, yes. Why do you guys always? I look like 19 different people. Thoughts on CrossFit? CrossFit can be very good. It can be very bad. Depends upon. It depends on the instructor. It depends on what you expect to get out of it. Is aggressive strength testosterone booster a red pill? No, it's not. I'm not sure if you're being funny. That's a serious question. Good salesman bought the lion's mane mushroom today. Oh yeah. Fuck, I got literally on the front seat. Nicotine gum plus 2 of these. You will be fucking focused. Happy 4th, people. Any final questions? Last minute and a half. Synapses sparked. Yes, very much so. Explain that. Explain what? It's lion's mane mushroom extract. It's an acetylcholine enhancer. It makes your brain go better. That's in high volume in the morning, strength in the afternoon. That sounds unnecessary to me. There is a way to train twice a day that is effective, but you really have to know what you're doing. Maybe I should write a twice-a-day program just for the hell of it, but it's just not practical for most people, nor is it really necessary. What's your alcohol intake like, if at all? I drink as much as I like whenever the fuck I want. That's what it's like. I fucking love drinking. Thoughts on kratom? Kratom is probably the next sort of medical marijuana, especially for people with opioid pain conditions. It's unfortunate the FDA is being fucking assholes about it, but it'll get legalized hopefully eventually, or just, it'll get shipped in. For women, I have, you could do the Foundations program for women. I also have a female training program. I'll tweet out the link for it after this. You listen to music while working out? Yes, always. Do you chew nicotine gum while training? Not really. 30 minutes in, nicotine is gone from it, so I'm going to take this gum out like in 5 more minutes. Good question, though. Yeah, I don't chew gum while I train. You want to have you don't want to have your jaw moving around while you're trying to lift weights. So, all right, good talk, people. Love you all. Happy 4th. Let freedom ring. Talk to y'all again.